Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Kadine's Corner. I'm Kadine. If this is your first time visiting my channel, welcome. If you have been here a few times, welcome back. It's always great to check in every now and then. Today, I will be speaking about my solo trip that I took to the Dominican Republic. Now, as many of you know, if you've been keeping up with me, I have 3 children. They're all under the age of 12. And as you can imagine, they're a handful. I work full time. You know, I'm a wife, mother, and I have to take care of stuff around the house, keep up with the house, everything that has to do with everyone. So as you can imagine, that's just a lot to do with. And with all of that going on, I just felt like I needed a break and I just needed some time to myself. So as a result, I decided to do a getaway and I decided to go to the DR. I stayed at the Iberostar Resort. I was there for about 5 days. I stayed in Punta Cana. The resort was beautiful. The staff was amazing. The whole experience was just awesome. A few years ago, if you asked me about taking a solo trip, I'd be like, no, not happening. I'm not doing it. But for some reason, I was not afraid. I was ready to go. Sometimes when things happen or things are happening in your life and you feel like you need to make a change or make a move, just do it. That's what I did. I was so excited to go away. I had no fear. All the fears I had a few years ago, not one bit of fear. I will say, I was more excited than anything else. I was looking forward to the experience. Normally when I go away, I go with my family or me and my husband. So prior to me going on the solo trip, we had all went to Disney. Me, my husband, and our children were in Disney for about a week, and it was a lot. You know, with the children, we went to Disney World in Florida. It was in July. It was hot, very hot. So, you know, with the heat, the lines, and everything that was going on, it just became a bit much. Our flight got delayed going into Orlando. Coming back, it wasn't as bad, but you know, it took a toll on everyone. But needless to say, we survived it, and I just felt like after that was over, I would like to go on a vacation by myself. So I did just that. I didn't have to worry about anybody else's bags. I packed everything and put everything in a suitcase that I dropped off because I didn't want to walk with a hand luggage. I didn't want to have to put any suitcases above my head inside the plane. So I traveled very light. As opposed to when traveling with children, you know, depending on the age of the children and what you have to pack and where you're going and how long you're staying, that requires a lot of bags. But the comfort and the happiness and the joy in knowing that I didn't have to do that was just awesome. That was even more motivation to just go. On the plane, I didn't have to worry about any children, you know, because when you have young children on the plane, you know, it's a lot for them. You know, they don't want to sit still. Sometimes they don't understand they're in a confined space, which requires them to sit still. They're hungry. If they're able to use the bathroom, they're going to the bathroom a few times. So the joy knowing that I didn't have to do that was just awesome. But I'm not discounting going on vacation with my family. I loved it. I enjoyed it. But I needed this experience, and so I took it. If you feel like you are overwhelmed and you need a break, take that break. That break was exactly what I needed. Going to that resort and being able to just lay on the beach, drink adult drinks, and not being asked, Mommy, can I try? What are you drinking? That was just a plus. You know, I walked around by myself. I was free. I felt free and it felt pretty awesome. At dinner, I went to dinner. The hotel, the resort, they booked dinner for me for about 3 nights. So I showed up at dinner by myself. I thought I would feel scared and alone. I did not. Well, quite a few times. Well, during dinner, my husband was always on the phone with me, and at lunch, he just wanted to make sure I was okay, which I appreciated and I liked. But overall, my advice is, if you feel like taking a solo trip, do it. Especially if you are a parent or if you're a guardian for children. It can be a lot. And I know there's going to be negativity and people saying, oh, you shouldn't do that, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I did that and I'm going to do it again. It was just a breath of fresh air. You know, I've taken the plane before by myself. No big deal. I'm from Jamaica. I've gone to Jamaica and I've met up with my family. This trip, I wasn't meeting up with anybody. I went to the resort. The resort booked excursion for me. And I went on an excursion. I've never gone on an excursion before on a vacation. Because it was always so much to consider with the children, and with them being so young, certain activities they can participate in. And if I'm going with my husband, the two of us can. With the children, not so much. So I went on an excursion. I went through a different part of DR. I went through the neighborhood. I went to Higwe. Now this excursion, the hotel booked it, the resort booked it, and the resort is affiliated with a travel company, an excursion company. So when I went on the excursion, the tour stopped at different hotels and picked up other guests. So I was not alone, and everybody else on there was new as well. And I got to meet people on the bus, which was cool. When they found out I was by myself, they were even more welcoming to me because they're like, oh, come with us. Let's go here, let's go there. And everybody wanted me to sit with them. So, you know, it felt good. Went into town in Higwe, went to a market. You know, we went to a restaurant that was above a river. There was a stream running below it. It was just an experience. We went to a local school. You know, we went to a local baseball field. The tour was very detailed. Left very early in the morning. It was an all-day tour from 8 to 5. And then we ended the tour at Macau Beach. The Macau Beach was beautiful, but that water was very busy. Very busy. But needless to say, I went in to the water just to experience it. And I had one of the people traveling with me. They took a photo of me. Now, that's the downside about traveling alone. You don't really have anybody to take your pictures. When I travel with my husband and my children, my oldest can take the pictures. And my husband, if he feels like it, he'll take the pictures too. But when you're traveling by yourself, not so much. So that's why I traveled with my GoPro camera. And it has a selfie. And I had a selfie stick. So I was able to take whatever pictures I wanted to. Took a lot of selfies, great selfies. Took a lot of pictures on the beach and everything and videos. But all in all, it was a great trip. I definitely recommend it. And if you feel like you're feeling overwhelmed, take a break. It doesn't have to be as drastic as I did by going away to DR. But, you know, a night away somewhere. But you should definitely let somebody know where you're going. Don't just get up and go. Just let somebody know where you're going. And I will say, when I went away, I felt good. I felt comfortable because my husband is very responsible. He was off from work. He took care of the children. They were fed. They were put together. They were clean. They didn't have any issues. The only issue was that they were missing their mommy. And I missed them and I missed everyone. So that's my story. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment. Thank you. Bye.